difficult of circumstances. So many of the destructive provisions in the Republican bill are gone. Because we persisted and we kept insisting that default is off the table, we will not be defaulting. And we will not be passing the hard rights extreme agenda, virtually no part of it. And that is thanks to the Senate and House Democrats and to President Biden. But don't just listen to me. The proof is...
Aaron says he realizes he made a big mistake.
I deserved it. It was a bad choice.
They tracked down Aaron with his buddy in the passenger seat.
Pull over now!
He came to a halt pretty quickly.
Give me the belt.
At which...
Folks, this is an important day for the American people, and Joe Biden has made a big announcement. The Biden administration is now vowing to help consumers save money on healthcare costs, and experts expect that many households are about to save hundreds of dollars, even more. And according to Yahoo News, Joe Biden rolled out on a new set of initiatives to reduce healthcare costs, a crackdown on what he called junk insurance plans. The Biden administration unveiled new guidance to prevent surprise medical bills and an effort to reduce debt tied to credit cards as well. And now Biden is building on previous initiatives to limit healthcare costs. The Department of Health and Human Services released new estimates showing 18 million older adults and other Medicare beneficiaries will save an estimated $400 a year in prescription costs in 2025. It's because of the president placing a cap on out-of-pocket spending as part of last year's Inflation Reduction Act, and it does make sense for Joe Biden to send out more stimulus payments right now. Another thing, folks, is that gearing up for his 2024 re-election campaign, as inflation remains high, Joe Biden has a plan to solve all the problems in America. The new proposed rules aims to close loopholes that allow insurers to offer products that can discriminate based on pre-existing conditions and market to consumers coverage that provides little to no coverage. Today, Biden announced that new guidance on medical billing stemming from the 2020 No Surprises Act is going to go down. The guidance would limit the ability of insurers that contracted hospitals to claim provided care was not in network and if customers pay more money. Health plans also need to disclose facility fees that are increasingly charged to patients and can surface as an unexpected cost in a medical bill. The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau and Treasury Department are seeking information on third-party credit cards and loans that are specifically used to pay for health care. The higher costs and interest changes are discouraging people in need of treatment from seeking care. The president, in his remarks, highlighted previous efforts to reduce healthcare costs, including a plan allowing Medicare to negotiate prices for prescription and a $35 monthly cap on insulin for people in Medicare Part B. Social Security is a major source of retirement income for many seniors in the U.S., but not all of them. According to the Social Security Administration, about 25% of the U.S. population, age 60 and older, never receive any benefit at all. Even a large population of seniors who do qualify for Social Security cannot even rely on those payments alone to pay the bills. It's mainly because Social Security checks don't go far in today's economy. The average Social Security payment because you don't want to miss out on this important information. There's a lot of news that you guys have to know. An important date that millions of Americans need to be aware of is coming up very soon. The federal government is preparing to issue the next round of direct payments, and that'll be worth nearly $1,000. Details are finally being finalized on the loan forgiveness program. And month after month, the Social Security Administration sends out monthly benefits to retired workers. In addition to that, Social Security is responsible for sending supplemental security income benefits, disability, and survivor benefits. While the May payments continue, it is going to be worth knowing who will receive their money in the first days of June. SSI recipients are eligible for a maximum benefit of $1,000 a month and $1,300 for a married couple, where both spouses are eligible for the program. But it's important to mention that the payments are calculated individually and vary from one beneficiary to another. SSI recipients receive their payments on the first day of each month, or if the first day falls on a weekend or holiday. The payment is moving forward to the earliest business days of the previous month, and those who begin receiving their Social Security payments before the month can receive benefits every single time. So folks, just know this. Based on the scheduling, the SSI recipients will receive their June payment on June 1st. In addition to that, SSI will send a second payment on June 30th, which corresponds to the July check, since the first day of that month is Saturday, and the payment date will be brought forward. But if the U.S. breaches the debt ceiling and defaults on its debt, there could be significant implications for Social Security beneficiaries. The debt ceiling represents the max amount of money the U.S. government can borrow, and if it's not raised or eliminated, the government may not have enough funds to meet its financial obligations, including Social Security payments. Experts warn that in such a scenario, Social Security checks may be delayed. The National Committee to Preserve Social Security and Medicare has cautioned that, without a debt limit increase, Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, and other payments may not be made on time and in full. It means that beneficiaries could experience a delay in receiving their benefits. And while the fate of President Biden's student loan forgiveness program remains up in the air, borrowers should definitely expect to resume payments before the end of August. Because even the Education Secretary has confirmed the repayment date during a Senate Appropriations hearing.
Student bodies, so that is something that he continues certainly to believe. This past week or last week, the Department of Education hosted a
New York also did the same thing. For the last 6 months, President Biden has just been talking with his advisors about discussing the gas prices and what needs to happen on this. That's because now single prices rattle consumers as much as the cost of gas, which crept up again to a new high of $5 a gallon in June, as it comes no surprise that soaring gas prices corresponded directly with President Biden's sinking approval rating. Since then, gas prices have fallen by about $1.10. Biden may have helped a little by releasing oil from the strategic reserve, but according to Yahoo News, Biden has largely ignored another important type of fuel. Diesel fuel, which is critical for the production and transportation of many everyday products, is here. Around the same time, gas hit $5 a gallon. Diesel hit $5.81 a gallon. Now gas prices are now 22% below their peak, but diesel is just 8% lower. On a year-over-year basis, gas prices are up 15%, while diesel is up 43%. High diesel prices are a kind of hidden inflation because most consumers never buy stations, but it's possible, because efforts to create commissions to examine the programs may move forward as part of a deal, which has set off a vigorous debate. And that would include Social Security pension disability, Medicare Part A, highway trust funds, and things like that. Social Security's trust funds are projected to pay full benefits until 2035, at which point just 80% of the monthly checks will be payable, because Medicare's Part A trust fund will cover hospital care. It's projected to pay benefits fully until 2028, at which point 90% of benefits will be payable, because another bill, the bipartisan Social Security Commission Act, would seek to form a temporary commission to address solvency of the program's funds under the expedited procedures. Whether such committees are going to be necessary to shore up the trust funds is a topic of fierce debate among the experts. But one thing I know for sure is that Joe Biden can do something for the people. He can't get the stimulus out there if he wants to.
Jobs, they're real jobs, man. It means we've created more jobs in 2 years than any presidential term in American history. Not just created, but you created it. You did it. The unemployment rate of 3.4% is the